Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy holiday weekend. In fact, I hope you guys have some fun plans. It is chilly here in Georgia. I don't know what is going on with the weather. So our lake plans are probably not going to happen because it is too chilly to be on the boat when it's 60 degrees outside. But wanted to hop on here and share a little bit about my personal journey. So far, I like to update y'all as I'm moving along toward a healthier way of living, healthier weight, all of that good stuff. And I wanted to share with you something that I've been struggling with. And if you follow my posts on Friday, you probably have already heard this, but I'm going to share a little bit more because I've been really researching, investigating, really tuning into my body over the past few months. As many of you know, I've transitioned off of a weight loss product back in January, and I have been struggling. I've been on the struggle bus. I'm going to be completely honest about that, and I've kind of been beating myself up over it because I know that program worked, but I also knew for myself it was not sustainable. And I have learned over the past few months, I stopped in January to kind of really, at first I had a lot of guilt about it because I knew that that was going to get me where I wanted to be, but it wasn't going to help me stay there because I didn't want to stay on the product forever. So it's been really hard for me because I've been eating really well. I've been exercising, moving my body more, doing all the things that I know I've needed to do, and I feel like my metabolism has hit the brakes. And I wanted to share with you what has been working for me, and I wanted to see if maybe it could help you, especially if you're a woman, middle-aged woman like myself. That's really hard to say, middle age. I'm gonna be 50 next year, but I just wanted to share with you what I have discovered in the hopes that maybe it resonates with you, maybe what you're struggling with. And first thing is take the guilt and the shame out of it. There's no place for that when you're contending for your health on a daily path. I know for myself, I was used to losing X amount of pounds per week, and that has slowed down dramatically. It is still going down, but it has been a struggle. I'm not going to lie. And so, some of the things that I have done that's kind of opened my eyes up is I have understood that the way and the place that I am right now in my life. I'm going through menopause, and it is no joke. For those of you that have been through it, I know now what I've always heard. It is not impossible to lose weight, but it certainly makes it a lot more challenging. So that has kind of slowed things down a little bit for me. And also, having been on a super restricted diet calorie wise, I'm not going to mention how many calories I was getting a day for many years, a couple years. It has damaged my metabolism, and it's a real thing. And some of the things that I started researching, investigating about, it kind of resonated with me because I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. I have been having mood swings like crazy. My kids will tell you. It's not just because they're teenagers. I have been having severe cravings. I have been dealing with some fatigue that's not normal, not typical for me. And mostly that's been really kind of a bummer is it's caused me to have difficulty losing weight. Hey, Caesar. And are you dealing with that? Are you in that part of your life too, where maybe it's just not as easy to drop those pounds and you're doing the same things and maybe this time it's not working? I want to share with you some of the things that I've done that have helped me tremendously. And I'm not going to say it's easy. It is definitely a journey, but it is something that is very eye-opening. And again, it takes that guilt and that shame out of it because it is putting you in the driver's seat. So, here are the things that I have done to kind of boost my metabolism and to kind of normalize it. And when I was researching this, I read that if you have a severely damaged metabolism, it can take sometimes more than 12 weeks to repair. And it's a thing. There's tons of research out there. So I just wanted to share this with you in the hopes that maybe it'll help you. So here's the first thing. first thing I recommend is, and this is what I've got actually scheduled next month, actually in a couple of weeks, to go visit my doctor again. I do it yearly to get all of my levels checked for my bloods and to just do my annual checkup. Highly encourage that first and foremost. Your doctor is a professional. They know exactly what you need as far as your body is concerned, and they can do specific tests if you know that you're having difficulty with certain things. They may be able to specify exactly what area to target or what specific test to run if weight loss is something that you're struggling with, or you just can't seem to have it come as easily as it used to. It may be a very, very simple answer. I know thyroid can cause your metabolism to slow down. If you have any kind of metabolic disease, diabetes, hormones can also slow things down. I know mine were a little bit off, so we tweaked that a little bit. So check with your doctor first. The second thing that I've done that really has helped me, and I've only been doing this for a couple of months, is eating whole foods. Really, really restricting anything prepackaged, any kind of processed food, highly processed food is not great for your body. It's not great for your gut bugs. That's a real thing too. So eating more of those body-friendly foods is going to be very, very helpful. And I always say, consider the source. And also consider what that source, if you're eating protein, what that protein has eaten. So you're eating what that thing has eaten. So take that in consideration too. And it's just been as simple as, for us, buying more grass-fed and finished, meaning your beef has been, your cows that you were eating were grazing on grass, not just in the early part of their years, but also at the end. So that's the way they lived. So I've kind of educated myself a little bit more on that. Hey, Mom. So that is another thing that you can do. So that's the second thing. Third thing is, I try to eat my bigger meals earlier in the day. And if it's going to have some kind of bread, I always choose like a sourdough bread. But if you're going to eat dense foods, I highly recommend, if you're struggling with your weight loss, to eat them earlier in the day. That gives your body more time to process them. You can drink more water to kind of flush out the toxins and everything, and it will help your metabolism tremendously if you do that. Another thing, and I harp on this so much, is drink lots and lots of water. It's no joke. Aim for at least 100 ounces a day. I know on my YouTube channel, I've shared lots of different ways to increase your hydration, because I know it's something a lot of you struggle with. I struggle with it too on some days, but especially now, or when it warms up, you're going to need to increase that even more, because we sweat a lot more when it's hot. So water is your best friend and your metabolism's best friend. Another thing you can do is make sure that you are taking intentional movement every day. This is not just walking up and down the stairs. This would be where you set a little timer and you maybe walk outside for 20 to 30 minutes. Do that most days of the week. It doesn't have to be super high intensity, but I have found that when I do more interval training, that tends to bump up my metabolism as well. Though I also find that when my metabolism's bumped up, I tend to be a little bit hungrier. So I keep lots of celery on hand. That's what I eat in between my meals, or sometimes I'll have just some fruit, a piece of fruit or some berries or something. So that's another thing. Move every day intentionally. Number 6, more protein. Protein is your best friend with your metabolism. It takes a little bit longer to break down. It will keep you feeling fuller longer, and it's really a great source for you if you're trying to repair or fix your slow metabolism. And then finally, this one makes total sense. Manage your stress. Easier said than done, right? Find those things that bring you joy. Tune into your body. Really notice the times that it's feeling stressed or overworked, or that you've had enough. Tune into that. And hey, Lori, make sure that you are addressing that. So also, on my videos on YouTube, I also share lots of tips to manage your stress as well, because we know that affects our entire body and can shut down your sleep, which will shut down your metabolism, etc. So I'd love to know what you thought about this. Have you found that your metabolism has slowed down, maybe with age? Maybe you feel like you're doing something wrong. I'm here to tell you it is not. your fault. It's not your fault. You're in the driver's seat. It is up to you to figure out what it is that's slowing it down. If you've been on a restrictive diet like myself, it might very well be that you are just repairing your metabolism. It's going to take some time, but you will get there. Stay the road. It will happen, I promise. And be in touch with your doctor. Your doctor knows best. So I'd love to know what you think about this. Does this resonate with you? Have you struggled with some of the same things? Have you tried some of the things that I've tried? Do you have another idea? Share that with me below. And if you're looking more support in getting to a healthier way of living, I would love for you to join in my private Facebook group. It is linked here on the video. I'll also link it in the comments, but I would love to have you be there with the very supportive community that I have. So with that said, have a safe and fun Memorial Day weekend, my friends. Take care.